Fine. Can you help me up at least? I take Olivia's shoulder and help her back into the sitting position by me. She just leans back against my shoulder. Sorry, it's been a long day. I guess it's fine for now. Ugh. Where do I even start? That Ben. I don't even remember how we became friends. But we definitely hung out a lot in my last year of middle school. He didn't care that I was in the chair, didn't treat me any different. He was cool. I very, very highly doubt that. Remember she made the breaking legs joke. Yeah. Alright, Leggy. What's the issue then? Olivia bops my chin with her skull. Let me finish. He was cool. But in freshman year, back then, Ben was only in the student council as a secretary. I was looking forward to that yearly art show. Worked all summer for the perfect piece, Dreamscape. Disdain was heavy in her tone as she said its name. Yeah, it won. It wasn't supposed to. Once again, her eyes were teary, though with rage this time. My mouth clicked shut as she glared at me. Her eyes closed, and her tone was once again sorrowful. Ben started advertising himself as my friend like it was some part of his own personality. The sigh that escapes her carries years of her repressed anger. I'm friends with the wheelchair chick. Ben is definitely Naomi's cousin. I think Mia... I don't know if, like, the fans came up with it, or it's confirmed, it's canon. But I think Mia's supposed to be, like, somehow related to Naomi. Even his friends started doing it too, like being around me was an act of charity that made them better. Can't fret over every egg, Olivia! He eventually told me straight up, I'll give him that. Her voice shifted again, but this time instead of a voice to lampoon someone, it was an eerie facsimile to Ben. I'm universally down on my luck! Not even a week later, people started walking up to give praise to my submission. It was the first time in a while I'd gotten a compliment for my work. I thought my submission was gonna win. It was exciting. Till Damien showed me an article in the school newsletter written by a certain student council secretary. Half of it was basic crap about the art submissions, the other half was about me. Ben had written the longest segment about the talented poor girl in the wheelchair, and practically worshipped me for my my determination. Surprise, surprise, it wins by a landslide. Even when my piece won, all I could remember was that feeling of just being handed a victory as charity. My whole summer, all that effort just overshadowed. And for what? A safety net that I didn't even earn. He really thought I was gonna thank him. That's the worst part, honestly. Yeah, thanks, ass kisser Ben. As if I would after using me as a stepping stone to climb the social ladder. I couldn't take it anymore. I told him to get out of my life, and he just gave me this look. I'll never forget it. Genuine confusion, like I was an alien for being upset. It's because you're green. But what he said? This is your only chance of succeeding out there. I wanted to just give it all up. But by then, the money, the exposure, his fucking safety net, I just took it. He was right. He was right, and I hate it. I really, really, really fucking hate it. So that's what's between Ben and Olivia. I figured it was something, but jeez. After that, I just couldn't. I shut everything out. Everyone out. Everyone was fake. Everyone didn't want to know me, just what I exist as. Even my own family. Hell, it's all his fault. All of it. Well? Well, what? Ben was the true American Psycho. Actually kill Ben. That's it. That's the truth. I just want to graduate and get away from here. From him. He ruined my life. Because of him, I'm not Olivia. I'm Olivia, the poor, sad cripple. I'm Inko. The bald, bespectacled, fucking guy who gets concussions every 2 days. That title is forever fixed to my name. Come on, that's not true. Inko the Bald. You're right. It's not. You're Olivia. No, that's also not it. I'm Hot Wheels! No, I'm Olivia. I'm God's funniest joke. I nudged the umbrella back over to us. It goes back into its spot propped up between us, recreating the canopy shielding us from the elements. Olivia looks to me to gauge a reaction. That was the sort of speech given by someone who's had years to think about it and hold it in. And it was one she's been waiting to give to anyone willing to listen, if she could just trust them. All of her pent-up angst against the guy that ruined her life, released at the moment she just couldn't take it anymore. It can't get much worse than this for her, but she trusts me. Time to think? What she needs to hear right now is... Think, you say? This one's a thinker? A real brain racker. Promise I'll be a good friend to you. You can still take back the reins of your life and own your mistakes. Who gives a shit if I'm a good friend to you, right? Look, dude, if everybody's just, you know, easiest to in history, yeah, let's not even, why justify it? What are the choices? Option 1 is, Olivia, I'm gonna be a really good friend. Option 2 is you can still take back the reins of your life and own your mistakes, of course. I take my sunglasses off and I lean forward, placing a hand on her shoulder. This is serious shit if he's taking his shades off. She takes a moment to register the new sight, and looks right at me, anticipating whatever I'm about to say. Bad? It's over? You're not a joke, Olivia. I appreciate you trying and all, but it doesn't matter. The damage has been done. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh my god, it's fucking bright in here. All that shit is what made me into a nihilist. I wouldn't say you're a nihilist, Olivia. Plus, I don't think that's what the word means. You'd still enjoy some things. Got a better word? Well, there you go. That's besides the point. Now you know what Inko feels. I'm in the game. You got another word for gay? Ben did something horrible. But he didn't take your agency. Are you saying that I ruined my own life? Is that it? Yeah, kinda. Annoyance bubbles up within me as she argues back. She wanted to get caught in the act. Yet Olivia looks to me as if I just spat in her face. Just what the hell are you getting at, Inko? What am I getting at? The fact that you can't keep using Ben's shitty choices as a crutch. Her breath catches. You need to take responsibility for your own life, who you are and what you want to be. Oh, that was me. That was what Inko was supposed to say. My words catch Olivia off guard. And they keep coming, unbidden now. Call her out on her cope. You say that you're a nihilist, yet you draw these amazing pieces that reflect these realistic fantasy worlds. And you say that nobody wants to know you for you, but you know you have the pains, Iadakan, Liz, me. Can you really blame any of that on Ben? Even the art contest. Ben didn't yank some evil string of fate and make you swap out the submission. You made yourself do it. I know it's hard. I have trouble with this one too, but please, for all of us, take responsibility for your feelings, Olivia. Oh shit. Damn it, mouth. My tirade has left Olivia staring at me, mouth hung open, aghast at what I just said. I hiss in realization and try to backtrack. I mean. Sorry, that was fuck you. Stopping completely, Olivia's head raises from my shoulder and she glares at me. Her eyes are heartbroken. They're enraged. They're looking for something to lash out at. But they're trusting. Fuck you for being right. Dante mode? Fuck you! I know all that, damn it. And you're the second to say it. Her eyes water, and her head returns to my shoulder. Damn it. Damn it all, Inko. I'm stunned as she presses further against me, even using her arms to tuck her legs closer. Man, I'm glad I'll never have to talk to a woman. You and Iadakan and... Fine. You're right, but... How do I start? I have no idea what I should do. Her voice sounds so weak, but there's a conviction hidden within it. Honestly, she should have just mauled me for what I said. It's what she wants. I can do this. Well... What do you think is wrong right now? You'll have to be more specific. Alright. What about Damien and his family? She hums in thought. And then there's Liz, too. All of them would probably like to hear your thoughts. Yeah. What would I say, though? whatever you're feeling. Hell, just be more open in general. That would mean something. I can feel her frowning, but also nod against my shoulder. Fine, what else? Just life coaching right now, dude. Look, I just watched a couple of Sam Hyde, life coaching videos. We'll get you right back on track, babe. Don't even worry about it. Mr. Iadakan? She scoffs. He probably already knows what you're thinking. Yeah, he reads me like a book. But he'd probably like to hear you say it. Mia is hiding in a bush nearby, listening. Yeah, he would. Got her fucking shitty binoculars out. And me too. You got your turn. You've told me just now, but I'd like to hear more about you. You're my friend. I'm alright. Starting now. I can feel her rumbling growl before she sighs. I'm sorry, Inko. She doesn't have binoculars, she's just doing this with her hands. We're gonna fuck her up real good. Ooh, let's steal a fucking wheelchair back there, mate. I'm sorry for all the shit I've put you through since you got here. For being a really shitty friend. For you having to put up with me. I chose to be your friend, Olivia. Don't apologize for that. Olivia looks up at me through the corner of her eye. Ben can't take your agency, and you can't take mine. I'm choosing this. You're silly. Her words were strained and not from lack of water. The regret in her voice was raw. She called me silly. Along with the honesty. Thanks. And I forgive you. And once again, silence. I fumble with my sunglasses, debating whether I should bother with them given the rain. Put them back on, please. Might as well, I guess. They are prescription after all. We just lay back listening to the patter of rain against our little tent. Just her and I, secluded from the world that's done so much to crush her. Man, she's really leaning against me. I crane my neck so I can turn and look at her. She looks so at peace now, even with the smeared mascara and wet hair. I'm starting to lose feeling in my arm now, though. And watching her like this is... Was that a snore? I guess she would be pretty tired. It's been a long day for both of us. Even if it's only 4th period. Did I do alright? Things turned out pretty okay, but I'm anxious. The best I can do is be there for her. In this case, it's letting her have my shoulder for a bit. Pressed up against me. My eyes slide closed, and I try to lose myself in the pitter-patter of the rainfall. Sleeping out in the rain sober fucking sucks. Oh my god. Olivia jerks herself up and starts coughing into her fist. Fuck, how long? About 5 minutes, probably. Jeez, sorry. You know, I remember when you got onto me just for sitting near you back at the party. Shut up. Looks like you're improving a bit. Olivia bonks the umbrella, making it splash a bit onto me. Hey. Anyway, Olivia stretches her arms. Things go quiet again. Is this it? Is this it? She stretches her arms out? Olivia finally breaks the silence. I know you say you forgive me and all, but I still feel like shit for putting you through all this. Now everyone's gonna expect you to be skilled at painting. They'll call you a fraud. Oh, yeah, I was trying not to think about that. Damn it! It's all my fault. Olivia rests her arms on her knees, and I'm surprised she manages to bury her long snoot in them. An idea hits me. What if you taught me for real? Olivia raises her head from her arms. Taught you? Painting. For real. It's like you say, I have expectations to fulfill. Would you teach me how to paint like you do? I don't know. Tell you what, I'll forgive you if you teach me. You already said that. Olivia looks down in contemplation. Alright. I'll teach you how to paint. But you should know I'm a lousy teacher. Bitch, you've seen my art already. I need any help? You saw my portrait. I made you look rad. You've seen my work in class. I'm a lousy student. I got a feeling it would work out. Hey, don't make it weird. Yes, Professor Halford! Stop making it weird. I chuckle as I'm playfully shoved by her. After that, after everything was said and done, things became quiet. Beneath the solace of my umbrella, we relaxed together. At least until Olivia begins shifting uncomfortably. I sit and watch as she takes her calves and shifts them to her side with one hand. Her tail comes around and presses into the paper-filled floor before her, keeping her upright as she starts to lean forward. Finally, with the strength of her tail in one arm, Olivia lifts her hips from the floor and swings her shins fully beneath her. She smiles as she kneels over me. In? You just gonna sit there? Crap, I guess I was gawking stupidly. But it's just so fascinating seeing the girl maneuver herself in these odd yet well-practiced ways. Kinda jealous, actually. Wish I had a tail to do some of the things she could. I press my hands down on the floor and push myself up. I don't know why I thought to stand, but instead I shifted myself to a kneeling position too. We're face to face now. Okay. Alright. Okay. In fact, I did hug that gator. You know what? What do you mean I Wani? I did hug that gator. Me? For a split second, I feared the worst as Olivia drew me into a hug. I don't know what she would do, but this... I like this. For how strong her arms are. We knew it! We knew it! She has been lifting. Oh, she was prepping for that hug, too, right? Just the image of this girl doing fucking flies and shit. She was getting ready for that hug. For how strong her arms are. How they're wrapped around my chest feels exceptionally tender. My own arms have enveloped her, returning the embrace in a similarly soft way. And as her arms loosen, I draw back, although I don't want to take my hands off her. That was nice. Don't make it weird. Sorry about that. Through the sound of rainfall hitting the umbrella, my ears suddenly pick up the noise of what sounds like... squeaking? Are you squeaking? I look down and I see there's something shuffling in Olivia's pocket. A little beast emerges from its hiding spot with a squeaky yawn. To which Olivia offers her hand to use as a platform. The rat was real, the biggest twist. Reddy immediately says, "Eat it," all caps. That thing should have died, but she's been waterboarding this poor thing in her pocket. Hey, little guy. Nearly forgot about you. Had a nice nap? That's a rat. Oh, right. You two haven't met each other. Inko? Boy. Inko? This is Guts. Guts? Meet Inko. Oh, hi, Guts. I awkwardly wave at the apprehensive-looking rodent. I gotta pee. I can't take much more of this. Hang on. God damn, we got a good one going. I can fix this. I can fix this no problem. Right? Hey, make sure this joke takes way too long. Okay? So that nobody laughs.
A foghorn.
You gonna go? Okay. I'll be right back. Oh god, this means Olivia watches anime. Okay, now go back and pick the wrong options. Olivia lifts Guts to her shoulders gracefully, like her hand is an elevator for him. You brought him to school? Well, yeah, I just really needed him today since, you know, all the crap that happened. That rat is drowning! She gives Guts a few scritches under his chin. I bring him sometimes when things get rough. And nobody noticed? You haven't? That thing probably reeks! Touché. Mia was gonna kick the shit out of you and you had a rat in your pocket. Iadakan did once. He told me just not to let him run around the school. Otherwise it would be considered a health hazard or something. The tard bell rings out in the distance. The tardy bell! rings out in the distance. We're late for our next classes. I'm sure Iadakan will understand. We should probably get back to class. Here, hold this. Nobody noticed on account of Olivia always smelling a little funny. I give Olivia the umbrella so she and the rat can stay dry while I go fetch the wheelchair. By now it's settled into the mud. This wheelchair has definitely seen better days. Okay, chat, tard bell rang, time to go. After dusting off the dirt and pulling water the best I can, I make my way back. Yeah, the tard bell rings and everybody starts fucking shuffling in chat like Resident Evil 4. Where's everybody going? Inko? Thanks, says Olivia. She offers the umbrella back, but I make sure to hold it above her. I keep the wheelchair steady with one hand as Olivia climbs into the seat, using her tail to help herself up. Cute. Yeah, I'll take it. Pretty cute one. We stand in the rain in silence for a moment, only sharing content glances. So what do we do about the contest now? You're right, Zoop. Therein begs the question, what the fuck was she doing out there? What was her plan? What do we do about the contest now? That's a good question. Ben was there when I saw my name on the painting. He already went to tell someone he's tattling! So like you said, no harm, no foul. What about your own submission? I ruined it. I scratched the back of my head. It wouldn't have won anyways, it's just a picture. Oh. I thought it was pretty okay. Alright, don't hit me with the fucking pity. Hearing those words from Olivia sends a strange flash of heat to my face. Now I'm blushing. It's not unpleasant, but again, those honest words from her really do cut through me for some reason. Thanks. A loud squeak draws my eyes to Guts as he stands atop Olivia's shoulder. He's just screaming the word Griffith in a very high-pitched, tiny voice. You too? A wry smile stretches across Olivia's face. I think it means Guts is saying it's actually pretty so-so. Hey! Cut him some slack, Guts. Inko didn't have any time to make anything for the contest. He's got some high standards. Yep, it's why I've gotten so good. The sheer absurdity of it. I don't know which of us broke first, but our laughter fills the air, heard only by us, as the rainfall cuts off all other noise. So now what? I don't know. I don't want to go yet. Still pretty worn out. Worn out. A smile crosses my face as a wicked idea comes to mind. Dump her out of the wheelchair. Well, too bad. What? I walk around behind Olivia, grinning like a mad idiot. Inko, what are you doing? Inko! Inko! Her head tries to follow me as I stand right behind her chair. Figured that pushing your chair around's pretty tiring, so how about I help out? Olivia blushes and looks away. Now let's find a real steep hill. I'll hitch my feet up on the back of it. Fine. Just for today. Returning to the campus was certainly awkward. Passers-by shot us looks. It's not the most common scene to see a girl in a wheelchair just roll on in, sopping wet and tracking mud in. More likely, though, it's because said girl had taken to using my umbrella to hide herself from those looks. She was already extremely red in her face. It was a conundrum. Drop the umbrella and let people see her, or keep it up and draw more attention. I shall name it the Nito Theorem. She's gonna kill me if I ever attempt to publish it. But making our way back to Olivia's current class, she simply shook her still concealed head. I didn't really have much of a choice. From all that I knew of the girl, her last classes were all on the upper levels, and she was in possession of the elevator key. Well, we're gonna have to get you up the stairs, kid. And I was in possession of the weakest knees here in St. Hammond, at least according to Coach Solly. So I wheeled her to my current photography class. On the way over, she keeps bending her head to peek at me. Like she's making sure I'm still there. Knocking on his closed door, the pterosaur professor didn't even bat an eye at the poorly hidden girl. He simply stepped aside and let us through. Ben was looking our way, but I chose to pay him no mind. After everything I heard, Olivia didn't even register he was here. She simply rolled herself to the back of the classroom and threw a door into what I always guessed was Iadakan's supply closet. You know what? I'm an idiot. It's a dark room, isn't it? The stares of my other classmates abated, thankfully, as our teacher continues his lecture. Just put her in the fucking storage closet. Taking my own seat, I focused on Iadakan. As much as I could, at least, my muddled thoughts keep me distracted the whole period. Just before the bell rings, Iadakan stares me dead in the eyes. He points a stern finger directly at me, then to the floor to signal you stay. You have weak knees. She can't feel anything below her knees. Perfect couple. ... Once everyone else is left, he closes the class door and he locks it. Do you like Huey Lewis in the news? So, care to explain? Explain, sir? He opens the door in the back and signals Olivia to come on out. The mud, the drenched clothes, the declaration of sanctuary. I was having a bad day. She's looking a bit better, still drained, but she's not shivering. Her rat sits on her lap and Iadakan extends a finger down to scratch under its chin. I can see that. He takes a seat against a nearby desk and waves a hand for Olivia to go on. When she doesn't, he shifts his hand to me. I look between the two of them. Mr. Iadakan's expectant leer, and Olivia's pleading eyes. Ultimately, I shake my head in the negative. I just helped Olivia get out of the rain. Of course. He slouches further atop the desk. Can I tell you some other time? Sure. Whatever it was, it looks like you recovered pretty well. Olivia doesn't answer verbally, instead giving him a bashful smile and a nod. Was it about your work again? Yes. Oh, this girl. He turns to me and points a thumb at her. You know, the work she's so concerned about absolutely wrecks the grading curve in my class. For the sake of the other students, I had to put a limit on extra credit assignments. Really? Yeah, never before would I ever consider such a restraint. Why punish someone for working too hard, I would think to myself. Then 4 years ago, this little green goblin comes rolling into my class, half a semester and more, then a few angry calls from the parents later, my hands are tied. Young lady simply does too dang much! Olivia smiles but doesn't look up from her pet. It was so much better than all the other students. Well, no, I don't grade by technique. If I did, you'd be in big trouble, Inko. You suck! Olivia's work was very good even then, but the main thing I admire is how motivated she can be. I'm glad they made it so Inko's not really that he's, as far as they're concerned, he's pretty fucking mediocre, right? I haven't seen someone so enthused to just paint in years. Certainly haven't seen someone so enthused I had to change the rules like that. You were worried that it would stop me. Was I? That definitely sounds like me, but it didn't stop you, not even a little. Heck, that year you even got me to see some things differently. I don't think I ever did anything like that. You did when you came into class that Friday before Mother's Day. Take a look at this. I'm handed the quill pen, and the first thing I note about it is how soft the feather portion is. It's the special pen you always use. It's actually from my wife. Whoa. Inspecting it closer, I can now see more of the intricate details. From the faded engravings on the shank to the maintained but worn point. It's well kept and it's well made and kept, and yet the feather and brass showed its age. Damn it, Inko, just let me tell you about Huey. She came in that afternoon with a whole stack of crumpled painting drafts, so frustrated she couldn't get it right, and so determined to make it perfect. I say, any of these would be great. Your aunt would love any of these, and she fires back, if it's not good enough for me, why would it be good enough for someone I love? I did not have an answer. So I tell her to take a step back. We take a few hours to go over fundamentals once more. I send her home to try getting it right over the weekend, and come Monday, she returns and hugs me first thing. That Friday night, though, what she'd said was on my mind. I talked about it all night with my wife, then that morning I decided to make a change for myself. My wife was molting at the time, so there was always a new feather or three in our blankets each morning. I took the biggest one, preserved it right, got a bit of help to make it into a real pen, and I've used it ever since. It helps me remember to do my job right, for the people I care about, and for the people my students care about. You vaguely make him sound like James from Pokemon. The shitty part is, if you asked me to do James from Pokemon, it would probably sound so much fucking worse. I think what it was, that childlike reasoning that comes so naturally for the youth. That reasoning, it makes a type of innocent, earnest dedication something I think I'd lost for a while. Don't give me so much credit. You haven't lost it, have you? Oh no, his wife was preening. Good. Don't lose it for me, okay? Okay. Iadakan yawns and he stretches. You feeling alright to go to your next class? Yes, I'm ready. Great. He claps a hand over my back. We should do this again sometime. Alright. Mr. Iadakan ushers us out of his classroom as the late bell trills, handing us a note he'd rapidly scrawled on. Miss Prockling didn't seem enthused to see us come in late, but sighed as she read the late note from Iadakan. As I took my usual spot, I felt something odd in the corner of my eye. Looking up, it was to see Olivia looking my way, with that smile on her face, one that spoke so many words, yet I couldn't quite figure out what. Nothing's gonna happen to the pen, right? All I could do in turn was try to match it, before focusing on Miss Prockling's latest lecture. As more time passes, the art contest fades into the background. Last week I had a scare where Principal Scalar called me into her office. I feared that they figured out what Olivia did and assumed I was part of it, just as she predicted. Luckily, that was not the case. Instead, she just wanted to inform me they had no leads as to who could have done the swap, and since it was tampered, it had to be removed from the contest. No skin off my back, honestly. As compensation, she gave me one of the runner-up prizes, a coupon for some pizza from yes! From some Italian restaurant called Dino Mo's. Not the biggest pizza fan, but not a bad prize to get after all this. If he shows up in this game, I'm doing a flip out of this chair, saving it for a rainy day. However, I've found myself in a conundrum of my own doing. Can you imagine Uncle Mo seeing a cripple? How come your legs don't work so good? My peers' concerns about my entry were resolved. But I hadn't accounted for the new questions about my portfolio. My paint portfolio. The few times I showed off my photography work, they're mildly impressed at best. They were never upfront about it either. No, instead I got the runaround. Oh, yeah, these are pretty nice, Inko. Not bad, but, what about what you did for the contest? I can't even be mad about it, it's just another misunderstanding. Unintended lie from my side of things. But then I had a thought. What if it wasn't a lie? What if I was actually good at painting? And after working at it for the past month... Yeah, no, I can't unfuck this.